how's it? In this episode, it will mostly be a continuation of the last episode, mainly focusing on refactoring code, making it easier to read and use. Okay, so without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so I'm in Unity now. Let's just quickly open my world script. And I quickly want to move our little line of code here, which actually generates a chunk, to a method. So I'm going to quickly, exit the method. I'm going to go void create new, chunk. And if I just move this quick, let's just go open, close, curly brackets. If I just move it there, it would give me an error. If you probably know why, the reason why is because X and Z doesn't exist. It only exists in generate world. So we need to somehow get those variables. So what I can do is in our smooth brackets, I can go int X to make a new int. Let's name that Z. Okay. Let's just change the script a bit. Let's go chunk X, comma, and Z, our new variables there. Okay, in our for loop now, just make it a bit there. In our for loop, I'm going to go create new chunk. Okay, and what is the X and Z? Well, it's this X and Z. So let's just place it in there, and of course, semicolon. Okay. I'm going to do one more thing. I'm just going to save our world script. I'm going to jump into our chunk script. Let's just scroll down. It's below our create mesh data function. Okay, let's go bool. So actually make it there. Okay, bool is voxel in chunk. Okay, in here I need 3 variables in here. An int X, an int Y, which is up and down axis by the way, and an integer for the Z axis. Okay, and now if it's going to be much like our check voxel, let's just copy and paste that in. Okay, and what I want to do is if it's true, then I'll just go return false and an else statement where it will return true. And now all I have to do is go copy this is voxel in chunk, and we can replace this. Okay, actually just wait. Let's just delete everything inside the if statement here. Okay, good. And what we're going to do is, is voxel in chunk, put in our X, comma, Y, comma, Z values there. And as much as we want to make it, if there's true, then it will instead go false. So if there's not true, okay, I'm going to make another method. This is going to, just find it. Okay, here it's right below the create mesh data script. Okay, let's make it a public bool is active. Okay, open close brackets. We're going to have a get. Okay, and that's going to go return chunk object dot active self. Okay, and semicolon inside the get, and let's just copy it, and this is going to be set, and this is going to go chunk object dot set active and true. Okay, there we go. Set active, value. There we go. Okay, I'm going to make another public method. There's going to be this time a of type vector3. Okay, there we go. And this is going to be called position. Okay. In here, I'm going to have a get again, and it's going to go return chunk object dot transform dot position, which just gives us its position in the world. Okay. Now what I want to do, I'm just going to have a little, let's just save this quick and go to our world now. Okay, so underneath our, let's just do it underneath generate world and create new chunk. Let's make a bool is chunk in world. Okay, let's go chunk called. Okay, there we go, chunk called, and let's have it called. There we go. Inside our method, I'm going to have if chord dot x is greater than 0 and chord dot x is smaller than voxel data. Okay, dot world size in chunks. Okay, there we go. And minus by 1. Let's just copy this quick. Okay, and let's make this and it's going to be this time for the z. Let's just replace the x with z. Okay, and in our if statement we're going to go return true, okay, semicolon, and if that's not true then we'll have an else. Okay, just remove the brackets, else it will go, as you guessed, return false. And there we go. Okay, I'm just going to quickly jump to our voxel data script now. Let's make a new method in here. This is going to be a public static, of course, because this is a static class, static int world size in chunk. Okay, world size in voxels. And there we go. In here, I'm going to have get. It's going to go return world size in chunks times by chunk width. Okay, and semicolon, of course. Okay, so now what we must do is just go to our world script. Actually, first let's save our voxel data. I'm going to make another. Okay, so I'm actually just going to close this public class block type, but we don't need to see that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go bool. Okay, oh sorry, I'm not in the class. That can cause some big problems. Okay, as I was saying, bool is, instead of chunk though, we're going to have voxel in world. Okay, this time we're going to have something in our smooth brackets. It's going to be a vector 3, and let's name this pos. Okay, there we go. In here, I'm going to have a if statement. They just copy this if statement. Okay, instead of having chord, we're going to have pos. Just replace all these. And there we go. Okay, now let's quickly jump to our chunk script again. And I'm just going to go in my chunk script. And remember our if statement here. I'm just going to go command X. Okay, let's just cut all of it. There we go. Okay, now let's save it. Let's go to our world script quick. And let's make a new method. This is going to be under generate world. It's going to go public. Okay, get voxel. And there we go. Okay, so this is how I have vector 3. Let's name this one position, pause, sorry. Okay, pause. Okay, then let's just enter, there we go. Okay, so if, let's just paste in all our statements we copied. Okay, let's just format it again. And there we go. Okay, so now what we need to do is, instead of going voxel map and all that, we need to go return. Okay, and let's just copy it and paste it there. Okay, and of course when we go return, we don't need to go equal. And there we go. Okay, so now what I need to do is make, instead of, we need to go pos dot y. Okay, and now voxel map. Okay, voxel map. There we go. There, x comma y comma and z. This is the x, y, and z of these. Is equal to world dot get voxel. Okay, let's just check the world script. Good. Get voxel, and in here I'm going to have new vector 3, because vector 3 means to give it x comma y comma and z, and there we go. And then of course a semicolon. Okay, let's just quickly test it. Oh, and sorry, I forgot to do something in here. It's giving me an error, must have a return type, and that's going to be a public byte. Let's quickly return to Unity now. Okay, y does not exist in the current context. Okay, I must make it pos.y, and let's return to Unity, and chunk does not exist. Okay, so it's in here. Okay, so I just figured out what the error was. I forgot to add this one line of code at the top. Chunk, and by the way, this other thing, also I accidentally made a chunk, not chunks, first of all. And then at the top, I must do chunk. Okay, there's going to be a 2D array, 2 values. Chunks is equal to new chunk, voxel dated or world size in chunks, and voxel dated or world size in chunks, again for the second value. Okay, now if we go back to Unity and press play, okay, let's just make sure everything's still working nicely, no error messages, good. Okay, so this is the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye!